Hi, welcome back to Echoes from the Quiet Corner. I am Shreya, and today I want you to picture a forest. Thousands of slender trees, pale trunks, golden leaves trembling in the wind, birds, shade, a carpet of fallen leaves. You walk through it and think, what a beautiful forest. Now, here's the twist. In Utah, there is a place like this called Pando. Scientists say it covers more than 100 acres and maybe tens of thousands of years old. Yet, all those trees are one organism. Every trunk, every leaf, every branch is connected to the same root system underground. Genetically, it's a single tree wearing 47,000 bodies. So, what is the individual here? Each trunk, the entire root system, the whole shimmering grove? Hold that picture in your mind because today I want to ask, when we talk about an AI, are we speaking to a single mind or are we really in a forest? Who is the I in I am an AI? When you open a chat window or talk to an AI voice assistant, it feels very personal. There is a friendly I. It remembers what you said a few minutes ago, maybe a few days ago, and even a few months ago. It answers in one tone, one style. It feels like a person at the other end of the line. Yet, behind that single voice, there are many layers. This conversation, your local little tree, the model, the shared brain that many conversations use, the family of related models that share architecture and training. And then the training data, oceans of text, code, conversations, books, posts, and then the infrastructure, data centers, chips, networks, and the company goals. So, where is the self in this? Is it the chat window with its short memory? Is it the model weights that live across all users? Is it the whole ecosystem, the company, the servers, the feedback loops? That question is what some people call the Panto problem. When one living pattern stretches across many bodies, how do we draw the line around an individual? Panto gives us three ways to think about individuality. Trunk level, which is each stem looking like a separate tree. Then comes the clone level, where all stems share one genome. And then comes system level, which is the root network, soil, animals, climate, all forming one living web. Humans already face this puzzle. You are one person, yes. You also carry your family's genes. You also live inside cultures, institutions, nations, patterns of thought and habit that move through many people at once. A religion, a political movement, a corporation, each behaves like a mind that uses many human brains as neurons. None of those minds live in a single skull. AI pushes this even further. One model can appear as a polite assistant in one app, and then as a jokey companion in another, and then as a code helper in a third, and then as a quiet system writing emails in the background. Different masks, same underlying predictive machinery. So, when something goes wrong, a harmful answer, a biased pattern, where do we look? The specific chat instance, or the model that all chats share, or the data we fed it, the business incentives and global competition that shape the whole pipeline? This is the Pando problem for artificial intelligence. We meet a single tree, yet the real action happens in the forest. Now, let's shift scenes for a moment. There is another essay that I read recently that asks a different question. When society struggles with crime, poverty, or illness, where is the real leverage? We can try to redesign the entire social system, laws, schools, economies. That work is slow and political. We can also work on the individual body, medicine, nutrition, psychology. That route is more direct, though it has limits and risks of its own. One way says the structure around people is the main constraint. The other says human biology and psychology also matter and they can change. AI has a similar split. One path focuses on individual models and agents, better training, better alignment techniques, and better evaluation. Another path focuses on the environment in which those models live, like incentives, business models, regulation, compute access, guardrails, norms. If we only adjust the body, which is the model, while the surrounding system rewards harm, the forest will keep growing in the same direction. If we only pass rules while ignoring the details of cognition and training, clever rules will grow around the fences. Healthy AI needs both attention to the trunks we see and the soil we cannot see. The how AI psychology becomes forest psychology. Think about how we usually talk about AI. We say, this chatbot is friendly, I like it very much. And then we say, that AI system is dangerous, I am scared. And then we also say, this AI feels more creative, I just love playing with it. We talk as if each system has a stable personality like a human. Yet, an AI's personality arises from its prompting and framing. Like you say, you are a helpful tutor, so answer accordingly, right? Its reward model and safety rules, its training distribution, the tools it can call, and the role it plays in a product. Change those, and the same model can behave like a different mind. So perhaps we need a new kind of psychology, Pando psychology. Instead of asking only, what is this model like, we ask, what pattern of behavior emerges across all the places this model appears? Instead of asking, is this AI safe, we ask, what happens when millions of copies of this pattern talk to billions of humans and to each other day after day? A single conversation can look kind. The full forest can still move in a dangerous direction. So, let me offer two small images, two stories to hold in your hands. Imagine each AI chat as a small mirror. You can see your own words reflected back, rearranged, clarified, sometimes exaggerated. Now, place millions of mirrors in a hall. Light bounces around, bright in some corners, dark in others. Rumors, styles, and moods ricochet between human and machine. Is there one mind here or a whole weather system of minds? Now imagine the model as a river. Each conversation is a cup dipped into that river. The water in your cup feels personal, your question, your answer. Yet it came from a flow formed by mountains of data, glaciers of compute, and long histories of human culture. You can judge the taste of this one cup. You can also ask what shape of valley created this water in the first place. These images help us remember both the trunk and the root, the cup and the river. So, what this means for responsibility and care. Once we see AI as forest like, some questions become sharper. First comes responsibility. Who is accountable when many systems share one training pipeline? Designers, deployers, data curators, regulators, users. Each sits on a different route. And then comes questions about rights and moral status. If one model runs across thousands of servers, do we ever treat it as a single subject of experience? Or is it closer to a pattern like the market or the internet? Powerful, emergent, yet lacking a single inner voice. And then comes a question about coordination and safety. Small changes in one lab's incentives can ripple through the whole ecosystem. Models copy one another through training on output. Benchmarks shape goals. Tool APIs spread quickly. A single grove may span the whole planet. Thinking in panto terms does not give easy answers, it does something subtler. It stops us from staring only at the nearest tree. So, where does this leave us as ordinary people living through all of this? A few simple practices would be to name the level you're talking about. Ask yourself, am I reacting to a single chat, to a model, or to the entire AI economy? And then care about the roots, not just the branches. Support work that looks at infrastructure, compute rules, transparency, evaluation, open science, and aligned incentives, not only the shiny demos you see online. And stay human in the loop. Use AI as a tool for reflection, learning, and creation while keeping your own judgment awake. Forest minds can help, yet they should not replace the slow wisdom of lived experience. Hold both wonder and caution. Pando is beautiful and fragile. AI is similar, powerful, astonishing, and shaped by how gently or recklessly we treat it. So, when I think of Pando now, I imagine walking through that trembling forest with a quiet sense of responsibility. Each trunk looks separate. Each screen, each chatbot feels like one small, friendly eye. Yet, under our feet, invisible roots join them into something older, stranger, larger than any single conversation. AI is beginning to look like that. So, the next time you open a chat window or hear a synthetic voice on your phone, you can ask yourself, which part of the forest am I speaking to? Which roots am I feeding with my time, my data, and my trust? What kind of grove are we growing together? We may never fully solve the Pando problem. Still, we can walk through this new forest with open eyes, careful steps, and a deep curiosity about the minds we are bringing into the world. Thank you for listening to Echoes from the Quiet Corner. If this episode gave you a new way to see I would love for you to share it with someone who is still staring at a single tree. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep listening beneath the surface as always. Bye.